Hello, everyone. This is Christopher Times coming to you today. Uh, Today, I thought I'd talk to you briefly about marriage counseling. Marriage counseling, when to seek marriage counseling. When is a good time to seek marriage counseling? A lot of people um, like an emergency room or like going to the dentist. Um, a lot of people couples tend to come to marriage counseling in a crisis. And this is typical because when people argue, fuss, and fight, they tend to fall into habits, old habits that they had way before they get married. You either watch your parents fight or you watch some relatives fight. And so what we do is we bring those old habits into our new relationship. It doesn't matter if you're brand new, newly married, or married 30, 40 years. These habits persist. So, what I do is I take each individual's backgrounds and I add them to the session to see what's really going on. Because you might be fighting, arguing, fussing, and fighting over which way the toilet paper is rolled on the toilet roll, or whether to leave the lid up or down on the commode, or whether you have socks on the floor, right? Whether, uh, there's some chores undone, or maybe somebody's too organized, or maybe somebody's too disorganized, right? We fuss and fight over those things, but the truth really is, people are arguing over the little things because the little things appear big. Let me mention it again. People argue over the little things because the little things become big. They appear larger than life. Why? Because of the presentation. They're not doing what I say. They don't listen to me. They don't care. I don't think they love me because they are dismissive of my requests. They don't listen to me, things like that, right? They don't give me what I need. I'm trying to tell them what I need, or I think I am, but they're not hearing me. These are all desperate attempts, right, to get your mate's attention. And so when that tends to fail over a course of time, people tend to become really upset and they dig their holes a little deeper. They become more entrenched in their behavior, and more sedentary, more set in their ways, right? They become more agitated, right? So you have anger there, right? Lots of resentment. Then you bring up old relationships, things that happened 10, 15 years ago, maybe a year ago, maybe 6 months ago, right? And so we tend to fight. We fight dirty. We fight hard because what's going on now isn't those little things, right? That become big things. What's going on now is you're fighting for your life. Let me repeat that. What's going on isn't the things that you say you're fighting over. No. What's really happening is that you're literally fighting for your life. You are in fight, flight, freeze mode. And when you are in fight, flight, freeze mode, your anxiety's through the roof. You won't be able to function very well in life. And when it comes to your marriage, you're not thinking. Why? Because we know that when you are in fight, flight, freeze mode, the back of your neck, right at the brainstem, that's turned on. And when that part of your body is turned on, that autonomic system, we call it, right, is turned on. You are not thinking. You can't think. It's impossible. It's biologically impossible for you to make good executive decisions when you're in fight, flight, freeze mode. We know that for a fact. And so we make mistakes and that kind of thing. So this is when people tend to file for divorce, right? Because we're working from our, as they say, mammalian brain, right? We're working from that part of ourselves that we really don't know much about. Truth be told, we don't know much about most of our brains. And so we get trapped, we get caught. And with that comes lots of behavior problems from both individuals involved. This is how families fight too. We all take our corners, right? And we meet each other in the middle of the ring and we slug it out. That's what we do. That's what we do. And then the marriage counselor is the referee. And so, the bad thing about this whole scenario is that in a real prize fight, there's always a winner and a loser. But in marriage counseling, I don't like to set things up like that. I don't. Because in marriage, it's really an equal relationship. Both people come together. Now you do have a head of the household. That's the way God set things up, and that's the way things are. That's the way corporations work. That's the way any kind of schools work. Any type of organization work that way. Any type of club, right, works that way. Anything that's legitimate has a head, has one person at the top that makes the final decisions. That's just a fact. That's a fact in every part of your life, if you think about it. Every part of your life. They don't vote by committee to do anything. Not really. There's always one person that makes the final say with informed decision making, by the way. So there we have it. There we have it. So marriage counseling is complicated. I think you should really seek marriage counseling as a preemptive measure. What does that mean? That means that when you are first having a problem, when you're first having an issue, the first time you notice something going wrong with communication, with I don't like how he or she said that to me, with I don't like the way they snapped at the kids, right? Maybe there's an issue with parenting. Maybe there's an issue with, just attitude. Maybe you just decide that you wake up one day and there's something that's not right in this relationship. Let's get to the bottom of it, right? Maybe nothing at all, but it feels off. That's when you seek me out. That's when you seek out marital counseling. Because if the truth is, if you wait, just like if you're going to go to the doctor's office, if you wait, things get exacerbated. That's a fact. Things get exacerbated. They get worse, not better. You know how we think, oh, let's give it time, things will get better. That never really happens, y'all. That it's not a thing. We say that in our minds, in our heads, because we don't want to really face reality that things are going wrong. There's something off here. Maybe it's with you, maybe it's with them, maybe it's both of you, right? Maybe you're both deflecting, maybe you're both reactive, maybe you're both overreacting. So these are the things to consider when you are looking for a marriage therapist. Yes, I am taking patients. I have flexible hours, and you can find me on the website. Just Google Marriage and Family Counseling LLC, and I'll pop up. You can give me a call. If you call me, make sure you leave a detailed message and a contact phone number. You can send me an email. My email is listed, and you can get there through my website, which is on my Google page. Also, you can look me up. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and I'm here for you. I have flexible payment plans. I have sliding scale fees. I have uh, limited text messaging within 24 to 48 hours for clients. Um, so come see me. Come see me. I'm also an addiction therapist. I have very good experience with addictions, with spiritual counseling. If you're having a problem being church hurt, I counsel for that. And I also do parenting. And I do substance abuse counseling. So feel free to reach out. And if you're in need of anger management, um, I do anger management. I have experiences in Texas and Virginia for all of those um, types of modalities of counseling. So reach out to me. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. You can DM me, as they say, on any of those platforms we talked about. Okay, that's it. If you need anything, you can reach out also at my phone number. I'll put it out here: 409-761-0076. Be blessed and highly favored. Take care.